Hello guys, it's me, Red Baby Dinosaur, and today with another new video. And this one is a review to the Nagasaki Shinobi that was released in the contract update on basically last year, between last year and this year. The Shinobi is based on a Kawasaki Ninja 250R from 2015. Eh, the ninja has like this really menacing, striking look that is a pretty fast superbike, and is a really respectful one. But in this case, the Shinobi it kind of looks like it's lacking of that menacing, striking look that actually could help to sell because when you see it, it's just a pretty box standard bike that if you ask someone that doesn't play the game too much or doesn't play the game at all, and you put it, say, hey, what is the price of this thing? You will say it's not much, like 80, $90,000, because it doesn't look that expensive. But that's basically what it is. This game, the pricing is a mess, and you need to live with that. Sadly, that's the best answer. But leaving aside the styling and the pricing, of course, is the performance. And the performance is quite surprising because this thing is basically leaving a message of saying, hey, the Bati and the Hakushu and all these older bikes that cost much less, but they are quite quick back then, are not that fast anymore. The really expensive bikes are the new kings, and you need to live with that because, as we saw with the River, that is actually that is also really pricey. It's even faster than the Shotaro on a straight line, wheeling, of course. And again, that's basically a 2 million bike right there. And this Shinobi is the most expensive bike, and is faster than a Hakushu and a body. Like it's just insane that they just leave them in a with a huge gap between the body and the Hakushu. It's just to leave that message. But when it comes to the new bikes, the Shotaro, Reaper, and all these new gen bikes, it's not that way. They let that, even when it's wheeling, it's lacking that speed because when it comes to the Shotaro sticks to the road and you don't lose too much speed in corners. And the river just goes really quickly on straight lines, and even when it's lacking of the handling, it basically compensates it with a really good acceleration, and just put it in and puts itself in top speed really quickly, and that actually helps it a lot, really, on straight lines. Um, it's quite of a it's quite interesting reviewing all these bikes, but it's quite surprising as well. And this bike kind of falls into a halo of, yes, I'm pretty fast, but at the same time, I'm not as quick when it comes to handling as the Shotaro. And sure, I'm quick than Bari and the Hakushu and motorbikes of the older generation, but I'm not as fast as a Reaver or whatever. It falls into this halo of a pretty mediocre vehicle that I won't be surprised if this thing falls into it just falls into of being forgotten. I won't expect to actually make another review on forgotten vehicles about this thing because it's just super pricey. And it's kind of like a Lynx scenario, like the Ocelot Lynx. It's kind of fall into that. It's like it's too pricey and doesn't deliver what do you expect, because even the styling is not that great. In my opinion, I would pick something like Kawasaki H2 to make the Shinobi and put it like the same kind of speed of it. like that is a really fast bike, and at least give it that, that design of the H2 and the H2R, and say, and at least that would say people, huh, okay, this at least is quite quick, and put it on the same line of the Shotaro when it comes to handling, but but kind of like in between, like like a 5-10 kilometer per hour difference. Like at least that would make it some sort of competitive between the new generation of bikes. But it's a pretty lame way of Rockstar saying, yes, this is the new bikes and this is the new things, and all your old bikes are just really slow. But it is what it is. Shinobi is a, you can live with this, just daily drive this thing, but you don't feel that it's a 2.5 million bike. Sometimes I feel that I'm just driving another NPC bike from the street, but sometimes they fall into that, and I give my opinions when it comes to design and all that. So yeah, thank you very much. See you on the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Probably I'm gonna keep reviewing, of course, the bikes, but there is gonna be content in between to not not get bored with the reviews and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.